So that's why your package is late. It's only going one direction. I mean, look at the balls on this, guys, right? Like. Yes, we've got mail. Finally. I think that's one of the reasons unboxing videos are so popular is we're just happy to see other people get stuff. It's like, hey, they got stuff. It's not so bad. And shipping woes have become like the weather, right? You know, it's like everybody can talk about it. It's a universal subject, and we all want to hear like what it's all about. It's like, well, what happened to you? Oh, really? What did they do with it? What happened? You know. So, you know, we finally got some packages today. I hope you've been getting your packages too. And we got a few things. I know what's in a couple of these packages, but a couple of them are a mystery. So I hope you'll join me for the rest of this video and we can explore and discover together. So welcome, viewers, to the Philip Cockram channel. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. It really helps this channel grow, and it really helps me bring you these great videos that we all love. So take a look at this shipping tracking thing. Now, many of you might not know Canada specifically, but you may know it's a very, very big country, right? It's very big. Now, it looks to me that my postal service, Canada Post, kind of only goes in, you know, one direction, like eastward. They don't go westward. Now, the reason why I think that is because, again, if you saw that tracking thing, right, I'm kind of in like the middle of Canada there. And the package, and it's an airplane, so it's funny because it seems to be flying away from me right now. The package had to go west towards me, like a little short distance, a very, very short distance, almost like so small that you couldn't see it. But it was backwards or west, if you follow me. And again, from that tracking information, it went this way, though, away from me. So it went to, like, you know, Montreal, and then now it's in New Brunswick. And it's, you know, it's going the wrong way. It's only going east. So what I'm kind of hoping, though, is that eventually, you know, it will come full circle all around the world. You know, it'll you know, hit Europe, and it'll hit Russia and Asia and you know, the Pacific, and then hit the other side of Canada again and start making its way across, and then I'll catch it like the next time around. You follow me? You know, because it's only going this way, so it has to go all the way around again for it to get to me. So that's why your package is late. It's only going one direction. So this guy came in yesterday, and I wasn't going to show it, really, because it's just a ring light. You know, it's nothing really too special. This other ring light came in, and it is special, though. I guarantee you've never seen anything like this and what it can do. But you'll have to subscribe to the Philip Cockram channel if you want to see that in the future. It's super cool. So this here was very, very cheap, and I could use a ring light, and I like lighting in general, and especially stuff that's very low powered that you could use for maybe alternate purposes, say, you know, in emergency situations or so forth. So this would be a 13-inch ring light, or I think it would be 330 millimeters in diameter. It was, I don't know, like $10 or something like that, right? And kind of like, you know, super sale or something like that, because a lot of the other ones were very, very small. You know, you really have to check the sizes to be close. But it came with a couple of bits to it, this one, like a little phone mount. And when I opened it, I was like, wow, this is kind of impressive. So let's show the folks. Now look what it included. A nice metal ball mount. Just like the thing that I had to make for this dolly for my DSLR last week. If you didn't see that video, I'll post a link to it here. So this would have worked here. But this has got a plastic base to it, and I don't really want to screw my $4,000 DSLR to that, as opposed to that. But I could probably find a metal piece that screws on here. But I was pretty impressed with this, I mean, look at the balls on this, guys, right? Like, and it's got like a foam clamp, and as far as foam clampies go, I'd give this, maybe a 7, okay, because it seems like it's a pretty robust and good clamp and whatnot, but it doesn't have very good padding or anything to it. And it's almost like hard enough that the foam would slip. There's some grip there. Anyway, you're supposed to do that deal, and then you've got a thing, and then the light itself is kind of neat because it's got 2 like mounting points on it. So it's got a mount in the center of it there, and then one on the bottom too. So you could mount this either way. I guess that's the idea. You're supposed to, you mount this on a tripod and your phone in the center for your vlogging style folks. So really, again, the only reason I'm showing you that is because for $10, I think you got a pretty good sized light, a nice mount, a nice separate foam mount. And this is kind of unique too, because almost all of these type of things have, a female thread on them. And this has a male thread, 1/4 20 thread. So it gives you some other mounting opportunities for other filmings, possibly. That this could be used for, other circumstances and not just a ring light, for emergency purposes when the power goes out. You could just have this handy in the closet, or you could have it hanging on the wall like ready, so if the power goes out, you've got like an instant way to plug in power, and you could use one of your little power banks to plug it in because it's just USB. I'm not sure exactly on the wattage of it there, I'd have to check, but it's very, very low power, so it's going to last a long time, or a separate power bank. I've got this video ready to make for you guys, to make this your do-it-yourself power bank. I worked at the numbers. It's going to be 27,000 milliamps in this little box, and I think the cost is going to be $34. So you will not beat that. You won't even come close to that. It's not a fancy, too fancy of a case. It's kind of hard and whatever like that, but that's huge power, 27,000 milliamps. So I think we can just show you this. Whoa. There you go. I think that's on the highest power. It's got a couple of different color temperatures, like 3 distinct color temperatures, so I don't know how quickly the camera is picking that up, and I think about 10 different levels to the brightness. Yeah, I think there's more than 5 anyway, so it gives you quite a bit of adjustment on the thing, and then on and off. So that's kind of cool, and especially for $10 to include that mount and stuff. So if you don't need this as a ring light and you're not making YouTube videos or vlogging or whatever like that, it still could be repurposed and used for something else in a very economical situation. So that's why I was showing you that. So if hunting down good deals and unique products and alternative solutions is something that you're interested in, maybe consider subscribing to my channel, and I show all kinds of different things. This is a very unique little light. That's what I'm actually using to film this video right now, is something very similar to this, and I've never seen anybody else show these before. So let me know in the comments if there's something in particular you're interested in, or can I see more of something else that you show? Because I do show and throw out a whole bunch of ideas and test things, if you will, and to see if somebody responds or nobody responds. Okay, nobody's really interested in that, or they're not requesting anymore because I've covered it enough or whatever. And it is batteries. These are all RC car and plane batteries. Is actually mostly plane batteries. So they do design aircraft batteries a little bit differently. They want to make them as light as possible, so you won't see them being hard case or anything like that. But you can use them in on-road cars and things too. Just want to be careful with them and remember that they aren't designed for that. And aircraft and helicopter batteries will often have a higher C rating or burst rating than you possibly need or your on-road car can handle too. And again, aircraft and helicopters needing that boost of power and so forth like that want, to have a nice higher C rating. It kind of, as some people describe it, it makes it feel like you've got, another cell to the battery. So that's like a 4-cell battery, and having a 70C burst over to a more common 30C or 40C burst almost makes it feels like it's a bigger battery, or like a 6-cell battery to it, if you will, right? Because it's got that extra punch to it. So I always, I'm not going to open them all up, but this is what I like to do, and I recommend that people do when they're getting new LiPo batteries, is to make sure that you check them and do it right away, folks. When you receive them. So that's 35%. So that's good. That's got a storage charge, if you will, to it. And I'm going to test it to make sure it receives a charge quickly, and then I know that the battery's kind of okay. I may or may not fully charge these. And one of the reasons why there's kind of multiples, this is kind of finishing up orders with a company, and I've already kind of committed to a few sizes like you see here, because I want them all to be all the same. So again, it's a little more aircraft and especially helicopter specific, and I'll show you here very quickly because it's easy to describe. But having the center of gravity on helicopters and airplanes is very important. So there's the battery there. Now this model has like a nice little kind of compartment in it that you just push it all the way forward, and when it's there, it's balanced. So it'll be hard to do because, but basically this helicopter will balance in the center kind of on my finger when the helicopter's in the right, when the battery's in the right position. But if I pulled it back, so if it didn't get stuffed kind of all the way in like that, now it's all going to be tail heavy. The center of balance is way off. So if you've got different size batteries in your planes or whatever, and you keep moving them around, you need to move the center of gravity around too. So having the same size batteries from the same maker and so forth like that, and if you purchase them from at the same time too, does have some advantages, if you can afford to do that. If it's a good company, more than likely, they make that battery for a long period of time, and it's not really changed a whole lot throughout its life, and buying one 2 years from now could be exactly the same battery as you have in your hands already, and it's not too big of a deal. But I noticed over time of owning LiPo, so that one's at 37%, so we're good there. Over time, owning LiPo batteries, they've been getting lighter and lighter over the years. So if I compare like a 2200 from 5 or 7 years ago to a 2200 now, they're almost automatically a lighter battery. And I think that's just in the actual technology that they have in the manufacturing. Same voltage, but different amperage. Almost the same burst rate, but you can see the size of the battery. It's significantly different. You only go up to about 26, maybe some 28s in about that form factor. Might be a little bit longer, 28. But then you jump to that bigger, wider cell. And then 32 and right up to 6000s are all going to be this bigger, wider cell like you see. So while it's only 1000 milliamps in range, so that's not too much, because I can show you two of these that are 1000 milliamps in range, and they're the same size. It looks exactly the same. It's just a number that's different on it. But when you get to this range size, there's so many batteries and so many choices out there that you can see there's a significant difference. And I mean, some airplanes especially, and maybe even some cars, but airplanes and helicopters especially, they will just not let you put in this size of a battery. You're only going to be stuck with this size format and as high as the capacity that this size format will allow. And like I said, that's about 20, 26, maybe some 28s might be close. So you can see the difference there. All right, so that's our little battery opening. So that's our show for you today, folks. Love and peace from Canada. And we are YouTube. 11 seconds.